So Kendrick Perkins went on the record to say that he thinks Anthony Davis is going to be the 2023 NBA season MVP, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. And that's not because Anthony Davis isn't that type of player or anything like that, but just I think AD has so much going up against him. So, beyond that take, I was kind of curious and looking at the different odds and stuff like that of the MVPs for next season. So I decided to take a look at those, and we're going to talk about all the players that have a good chance at it. Before we go on this video, guys, let me know in the comment section below, who is your very early prediction? By the way, this is crazy things can still happen in the offseason, which can change your mind, but as right now, as things stand, who do you think is going to be the MVP? As we go through the list, I'm going to give you guys my MVP during the duration of this video. But yeah, so just quickly about Kendrick Perkins' take. Anthony Davis, obviously a generational type of talent. He's extremely important to the Lakers when healthy and everything like that. I think him not playing when he was playing, he wasn't very good because of injuries last season. Definitely is what really held back the Lakers and everything outside of, Russell Westbrook's fit and everything. But I just think playing with LeBron James, if the Lakers are a comeback team next season, I think the default success goes to LeBron. And I know last season he put up near MVP caliber numbers, but I think if LeBron, the numbers put up last year, if the Lakers were also a top 2 or 3 seed in the Western Conference, he won the MVP. So that's my take on that, is that Anthony Davis can help the Lakers win more games. But if you're a teammate of LeBron James, he's naturally going to get the credit. That's just kind of how it is, man. It's definitely not a one criteria fits all type of award, right? So, reward or award? What is the difference? Award, reward. I don't really know, man. What's the difference? Please let me know. But okay, so these are the odds. I think there's 15 players listed here. The least odds, I guess is how you would say this, is going to Karl Anthony Towns. How exactly he win it? Well, if the Rudy Gobert trade ends up just working out perfectly and Gobert just takes that team up a few tiers, Anthony Edwards obviously becomes an all-star caliber player, and Cat continues to be how Cat can be, which is one of the best big guys in the NBA. I think naturally, Cat, because he's been the guy that's been there, would get the MVP award, but he would have to put up the best numbers on that team, and they would have to win games too. Next up, they got Kawhi Leonard, and I'm going to be honest, man. If all things work out perfectly, Kawhi Leonard is my favorite to win MVP next season, because the difference between Kawhi and Anthony Davis is, if AD's playing great, LeBron's going to get the credit for the Lakers' success. If the Clippers play great, it's going to be Kawhi getting the credit over Paul George. That's just kind of how it is. And we know Kawhi can very much carry a team to the NBA Finals and win a ring. So I don't know, man, I think this season of not having Kawhi and not having Paul George the entire time, and it really made the role players have to step up and become bigger parts and, go out of their comfort zones as players. And I just think this Clippers team is going to be ready next season, man. Assuming they can stay healthy. It's always a big what if. There's always teams that just get played with the injury bug, and very well could be the Clippers again. But I don't know, man. I think Kawhi Leonard, I think he can definitely do it if he can put in a complete, at least a 60, he got to be able to play at least 60 games, and even that, is going to be tougher. The less games he plays, the tougher it's going to be to win the award. But I think realistically would probably have to play 70 games and obviously put up MVP caliber numbers. Next up, they got Trey Young. So, with Trey Young, kind of similar to Karl Anthony Towns, where, he's been the man of the Atlanta Hawks for a few years now and everything. Not really a lot of winning success, but they bring in a guy like DeJounte Murray, he could very well just be the missing piece of the puzzle. And, Trey already puts up all-star starter caliber numbers and everything. So if you also get the success with that, he can win the MVP award. Next up, we have Devin Booker. So as much as I would like to say Devin Booker could, for whatever reason, I don't know what it is. The Phoenix Suns get kind of disrespected, right? Because, they won 60 plus games last season, and fact of the matter is that Devin Booker, it took a lot for him to even start getting credit as an MVP player, and I think it's because that Suns team was so just team oriented, where Devin Booker was putting up great numbers, but everybody was playing efficiently. It was just a well-tuned machine. That Phoenix Suns team was. But yeah, man, I'm hoping the Suns don't get slapped down, but also at the same time, if he was barely being talked about with that much success, it's already going to be tough to live up to what they did last season anyway. So I don't know, man. I feel like he should have been talked more about it this season. So it's going to make it even a tougher battle next season. Not saying he doesn't deserve one though, eventually even. Next up was LeBron James. We kind of talked about that already. If the Lakers have success, LeBron's going to get credit. It's just how it is, man. It's just how it is if you have LeBron James on your team. The next after that, we got Steph Curry. So yeah, man, this team coming off obviously a championship season and everything. And, you're going to have guys like Kuminga or, James Wiseman really getting bigger roles, which is going to lead to this team becoming more successful and also open up more things, for Steph Curry himself too. I mean, it's going to be a good opportunity for him to up his assists or, do things like that, or just when you have that dominant big guy in the middle, which they don't typically have. They typically have a Kevon Looney or JaVale McGee or somebody like that. It's going to open up a lot more for Steph Curry, which is scary to think about, man. It's actually really scary. It's like, damn, this guy's going to get more shooting space. And yeah, definitely is a chance at it. That Warriors team, by the way, getting like Dante DiVincenzo and the guys like that on the team, I thought was definitely some smart moves, and the Warriors are going to be very dangerous next season. Next up, we got Jason Tatum. So, this Celtics team, I think they have, some minor improvements to still make in the offseason and everything. I think they've addressed a few things already, but, the Celtics had a very slow start last season, so this time around, it's like, if they can have that hot start and become a top 2 or 3 seed in the Eastern Conference, and Tatum's putting up career numbers, which his career numbers are already really good, then, yeah, he would be in the running for an MVP award. Next up, we got Ja Morant. So we know how great that Grizzlies team has been. Also, it seems like they were way ahead of schedule from what everybody thought they would be as a franchise and everything. And seems like every single season is a little bit more of a stepping stone towards eventually, contending for an actual championship. So it's going to be exciting to see, this team that has blown everybody's expectations continue to do that. And a Ja Morant MVP type of season with obviously winning games too would definitely do that. Next up, we got Kevin Durant. It's hard to say with Kevin Durant because we don't know what team he's going to be on. I think that if he's on the Brooklyn Nets and everybody's playing, Kyrie comes back and Ben Simmons plays an entire season and they can get, the other pieces on the team that they need and they end up living up to that potential, then, yeah, I think that would definitely do a lot for Kevin Durant's chances of winning an MVP award. And just in general, just like sticking with the team instead of, being traded away and everything. Next up, we got Jokic, which is actually kind of surprising with Jokic because that would be, 3 MVPs in award, which awards or rewards? I still don't know, man. But regardless, I would have Jokic farther down in my odds list just for that reason, just because, voters fatigue. And that's not saying he's not going to put up the numbers to do it, because he is. This man is in his prime. He's continuing to blow our minds every single season. I just think voters fatigue would probably hold it back from him winning it again. Next up, we got Giannis. Yeah, not much to say about that. Giannis can definitely win it again, too. And you would say, as far as, dominance goes, he's the most dominant player in basketball right now. I think that Bucks team, I think they have a few moves to make to be just as good, if not better, next season and everything. And that's going to be a big part of it, too, because, like I said, team overall success tends to play a factor. Maybe not as much in the past couple of seasons because, just everybody's rosters, have, just with COVID and everything like that, kind of just made things you weren't exactly, like the standings didn't reflect the talent on the team all the time. So, yeah, man, we'll see it with Giannis, though. Next, we got Joel Embiid. So, yeah, with Joel Embiid, you're going to get an entire season with James Harden on the team now. It seems like James Harden has really bought into the 76ers, taking a pay cut and everything, which is going to allow for better players on the squad, which is going to open up things for more, for Joel Embiid. It's going to lead to the team winning more games. Embiid's going to get that credit and everything like that. So that makes a lot of sense. And then finally, Luka Doncic. So, yeah, with the numbers Luka puts up, it's like we're just waiting for him to have that MVP award. Very well could be next season, especially, if the new pieces on the team can really work together with Luka, having Christian Wood on the squad now and everything. And also they can move on from some of the pieces they lost too and everything, have that be a Jalen Brunson. But, Luka is going to make the best of everybody around him. I call it the Steve Nash effect. There's just some players you play with them and your game excels because of that. And to me, that's the true definition of an MVP is, you value not only to yourself and what you can do, but also to your team and teammates around you, man. So yeah, that's all the odds right there, I guess, that I could find. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Who is your 2023 early MVP prediction? But I think for me, I'm going to go with Kawhi Leonard.